Hello Libra, welcome to Heart Lotus Tarot. I'm so excited to have you here. This is my very first official video for this channel and I'm super excited to have you here. I am a Libra, so I decided to start with Libra. I've never started with Libra before. But let's dive in, Libra, and get a look at these energies. This eclipse energy has been so intense, including a solar eclipse in Libra with the Libra new moon. These are general readings. Please keep that in mind. Just only take what resonates and leave the rest. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed and this message resonates with you, please go ahead and subscribe, comment. I am so happy to have you guys here. All right, so let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, you guys are getting the energy of the salamander, and on the bottom of the deck, you're getting the fire bird. Okay, guys, well, right off the bat, I feel like you're in the process of some kind of change or undergoing some kind of shift. You know, with the firebird energy brings a lot of hope and it represents divine protection and magic. It's kind of like anything is possible at this time. And, you know, beyond anything being possible, there's reason to have hope. There's reason to believe at this point that everything is going to work out for the best. And it's even giving me a little bit of a phoenix energy. The salamander is like, well, first what I got with the salamander is kind of like how it evolves and its growth and it's a bit of a mysterious energy, and it has been associated with magic in the past, and it's definitely associated with the wands and the fire energy. But there's this energy of just being able to kind of soak in the good things in life, just kind of living in a space where you feel really comfortable and really content and really, you know, it's kind of like finding joy in the smallest things, or just being in a space where you're really able to enjoy the life that you've created or the life that you've built. It seems like a bit of a quiet time, but it's also a time full of magic. You know, in the Ten of Pentacles, I've heard that described as an energy of like everyday magic, you know, where you're just so happy with the slightest, silliest things, like, I don't know, finding a really good bottle of wine or a really good show on Netflix to binge watch, or, you know, it's like just finding joy in really simple things. Fresh baked cookies, you know, a walk outside, the smell of the autumn air. It's really taking in all of the beauty of life and not worrying too much about the rest of it. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. With this salamander energy, please, Spirit. I feel like you're rising up out of another energy. Yeah. So there was something that was really on your mind. It may have had to do with some kind of commitment or some kind of relationship, a strong kind of committed relationship, or something that had been going on for a long time, something that you truly thought was going to bring you emotional contentment for the long term. And I feel like instead of bringing you something solid and stable, this thing really, it's like it brought you, it's almost like a feeling of insecurity, or you know, kind of making you, you know, how do I want to say this? When you don't feel super secure in a situation, you have this tendency to think the worst about things, or kind of second guess things or sort of see the potential for something that you don't want to happening. You know, when you feel really secure, you just expect things to work out. You just know they will, because you're coming from a secure place. You're making decisions from a place of love. You're doing kind of like all the right things to shore the situation up. Here, it feels like, Libra, you didn't really have a choice. It's like this thing was always a cause for concern or a cause for anxiety. Will they or won't they? Are they going to show up or are they not going to show up? Are they going to be there? Are they not going to be there? Is this going to last forever? Are we going to take this to a deeper level or not? It just feels like you could never truly feel secure. And with the Princess of Cups here, it's like getting real with yourself. And this may have even happened around the time of the Libra new moon solar eclipse, or it could have happened any time, but I'm just getting that vibe here for some of you. You may have even gotten some kind of message about someone not being true to you, or I don't know, but it's like you had to face the truth of the situation, which was that it was making you feel generally worse instead of better. Something that you thought was going to make you feel securely connected, and that was going to go the long term, was actually making you feel very anxious and unsure and unsteady. And so there's kind of this, you know, aha moment or some kind of moment here, you with your heart, when you're asking yourself, how satisfied am I by this connection? Or is this thing fulfilling me? Or why do I feel so on edge all the time? Or why even am I having trouble sleeping? Or why am I having these intrusive thoughts about this connection or this relationship? Why am I doubting it? Why am I having all this fear? Let's see about this Prince of Cups. It wasn't something that you could draw strength from. So I feel like the person you were dealing with was a bit defensive. They may have this can be an energy of like someone who's almost like looking for a fight. It's like this person may have actually been operating out of a place of fear. They may have, Libra, even thought that you were like too good for them, or that you were out of their league. They may have even been someone that kind of put you up on a pedestal and then sort of told themselves they weren't worthy. It's almost as if they transferred their own fear of not being good enough or whatever onto you, kind of through a combative or a passive aggressive energy, or an energy where it's like it lacks stability. It may have been moving in a direction very quickly for some time and then had an abrupt halt. This person also, when things got moving, or when things were moving kind of quickly or in the direction that you would have maybe liked, Libra, this person just put a halt on it, and just, it's like they almost made up reasons for conflict, or made up reasons to be defensive or guarded here with the Seven of Wands. And this brought about a real change in the vibes of this relationship, and a real change in the way that this relationship made you feel. For sure. What else can you tell me? What else can you tell me? All right, Libra, I feel like this person had a lot of external influences that were actually clashing with this relationship. They may have been someone who had like a group of friends or a family who was very involved in their decision-making process. It's like you weren't just dating this person, you were dating like everything that came with this person. And it was kind of diametrically opposed to what you were trying to create with this person. I think ultimately, you know, you may have really wanted this to work out, and you may have been left really feeling sad and like, you know, actually what I think is you spent a lot of time wanting to go back to the time when it was really good, or wanting to feel secure in the relationship again. but I think in time, it's like Libra, I think things changed and you kind of realized that you're better off. Like, this thing isn't going to change. This person is not going to give up these influences in their life. They're not going to, you know, get into a better energy, or, you know, you just couldn't see the sun rising on the horizon. You could just see the sun setting behind this thing. And it was like, you knew that you had to ultimately protect your happiness. And I feel like that's this Princess of Cups moment where it's like, you have to get really authentic with yourself and ask yourself, is this thing in my highest and best or not? And I feel like when you really looked at it, you know, Libra, you realized that it wasn't. And on top of that, I think that you kind of had lost hope that things were going to be able to change. And, you know, for a while, you may have been okay, really trying to balance things out and get yourself a little, you know, off balance yourself, trying to balance this out, or, you know, trying to give to the situation, to save it, to resurrect it, to make it work out. But I think ultimately it's like there may have been one last fight, or you may have realized, you may have even seen in this person's energy that they were actually really trying to have a fight, or they were really being very picky or particular in order to have a fight. And you might have just been like, what am I putting myself through this for? Why am I allowing this to make me feel anxious and insecure and keep me up at night and preventing me from sleeping, when I'm clearly dealing with someone who's not capable of balancing out with me and isn't even their own person? They're not even, if you were to ever say to this person, you're letting other people in your life make the decisions for you, I think that they would have gotten extremely defensive and may have even like attacked you. But I think that's exactly what happened here. But it's like this person has so much ego that they're in pride, that they're like, no, this is all my decision. This is all my choice, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. It's like they're just putty in the hands of these influences. It's like they just want to please these people or impress these people or have the approval of these people or the validation of these people. I'm not sure, but they're not living their own life. You know, when you make choices like that, you're going to learn other people's karmic lessons. When you make choices for yourself and you decide for yourself, then the lessons that you learn are the lessons that are meant for you. But if you live your life for other people, to please other people and to make other people happy, you're taking on their karmic lessons and you're not learning what you're supposed to learn. So you're going to have to go through another cycle of learning in order to learn it, you know, which like, who really wants to do that? And I feel like, Libra, you were like, that is your mess. That is your issue. There's nothing that I can do to solve that problem for you or to fix that for you or to show you that. You're not even open to listening when I'm telling you that you're being influenced by other people and that these choices are not your own and that you may regret these things. You can't even hear me say that because you have so much ego and so much pride here, that there's only one thing for me to do, and that's search for my happiness elsewhere. And Libra, I feel like if you haven't already realized this or you don't already know this, I feel like there is somebody kind of watching you. This may have even been a past person or somebody that you did not have a connection with in the past. Like, you did not have an intimate connection with this person, but they always wanted to. They may have had a bit of a glow up or something that makes them feel like you might be receptive to their advances now when maybe you wouldn't have been in the past or you weren't in the past. And I think it's because they elevated, and they may have actually even elevated, Libra, with you on their mind, like in order to try to one day get you. But it's something, I feel like there is some kind of past history, or there is some connection to the past, or you have possibly met this person before, maybe years ago. And it feels like they have always kind of had it for you, Libra, and they've always kind of thought someday, this person may be coming in. I feel like a huge change and a huge change in cycles here, Libra, where it's like you're letting go of something that didn't work for you and isn't working for you and made you feel anxious and insecure. And by doing that, and by really being honest with yourself and being really honest with your own needs and like stepping into your true authentic self and consulting your heart here, you're opening yourself up for, I feel like, a connection on a pretty deep level here. And I do think it's someone who does see you and does see the good in you and does really want something really positive with you here. All right, let's see. I'm going to get you some message cards, Libra. If you're dealing with a water sign, you're getting, I love you, I hate you, I can't live without you. Love isn't always on time. Please be patient with me. If you're dealing with a fire sign, I want more with you one day. If you are dealing with an earth sign, I didn't fall in love with you because I have always loved you and always will. And if you're dealing with an air sign, you are my star who outshines all others. All right, Libra, a quick little reading just to get the energy kicked off on the channel. I thank you guys so much for joining me. I love you, my fellow Libras. Thank you for all your support at Elysian Lotus Tarot and over here on Lotus Heart Tarot. Until next time, I send you off with all my very best. If you enjoyed this reading, please, please, please subscribe, comment, like. It's hard to start over. Thank you. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.